Bronny James has just committed to play basketball at USC, and the son of an NBA superstar just announced he's going to be joining Bronny. Now, there's obviously a lot of attention on him as he levels up in his career, but some people think he's going to dominate in college, while others think he's going to be a bust. But honestly, everyone is wrong about Bronny. The truth is, he probably won't average 20 points per game like a lot of people hope he will. Now, hear me out. I'm not saying he's going to be a bad college player, but each basketball team is made up of certain types of players, and not every single player needs to be a superstar. And a lot of people assume that because he's LeBron's son, that he's going to be a player just like his dad. But from what we've seen in high school, he probably won't touch that level of dominance, at least not in these next couple years. So let's get into it. To understand what kind of player he's going to end up becoming, we first need to understand what kind of basketball player he is right now. And so let's take a look at some of Bronny's high school stats. He played high school basketball for Sierra Canyon, which is one of the best high school basketball programs in the entire nation. And with that being said, Bronny's numbers don't exactly jump off of the stat sheet. This year, his senior year, he averaged 14 points, 5.4 rebounds, 2.9 assists, and 1.4 steals per game. Though he might not have the typical stat line of someone who's a top 25 basketball player in their high school class, stats fail to tell the entire story. Numbers on an Excel spreadsheet cannot stress the value that Bronny brings to a team. His natural feel for the game, his instinctual leadership skills, and his raw athleticism are what makes his ranking what it is. And with all of that being said, people still question if scouts got it right. Is Bronny really this good? As of right now, Bronny is ranked as the 21st best prospect in his class by the 24/7 sports ranking system, and I'm not sure if that's the spot he deserves. I really don't want to sound like a hater because he is undoubtedly one of the best players coming out of this class, but I also feel that he is pushed a little bit further in the rankings, and it just does make us question if it is because of his name. Now, it makes sense that this would happen, seeing as though his dad is arguably the greatest player ever, but nonetheless, bias shouldn't play a factor in these rankings. And so while he may be one of the best, his placement to me is a tad bit high. There are also times where Bronny both excites and disappoints at the same time. During the 2021 to 2022 EYBL camp, which is an invite-only circuit of prospects to showcase their skills, he averaged 15 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3.3 assists per game, while snagging a steal and a half in every single game. Now, these numbers are pretty impressive when considering the competition he faced, which included some of the best high school players in the world. And even though it doesn't sound like it, Bronny actually struggled at times during his duration at EYBL. And this can be seen in his deficiency, where he only shot 40% from the field, 32% from the three, and accumulated 2.5 turnovers per game. While it's normal for young guard prospects to have trouble in both of these categories, it's still a little bit concerning, and it is worth taking note of. The eye test has done miracles for scouts over the years, so let's apply this to Bronny James, starting with his pros. While defense is getting forgotten about as basketball evolves, Bronny is looking to bring it back. He's not only a plus defender, he finds ways to stop great offensive players from getting into a rhythm. And doing this at 6'3" is quite impressive, and it shows signs of being an elite defender at the next level. Now, in addition to his defense, it's clear that some of LeBron's basketball IQ has rubbed off on Bronny, as he is one of the smartest players in his class. This helps him with his elite playmaking on both sides of the ball, and all of this said without mentioning his insane athleticism, which may be his best attribute. Now, there's no doubt that Bronny is a great prospect. There are a couple flaws in his game that could easily hold him back if he doesn't address them. One of the biggest seems to be his inability to create separation, and since he isn't the tallest guard and will most likely face defenders a bit bigger than him, Bronny will have to work on his ability to score off the dribble and get open shots. He's also not the most capable scorer in general, which is something that will have to change in some way. Right now, he's being compared to the likes of Drew Holiday with his playstyle, but I think that's asking a little bit too much. I think he compares more to players like Ayo Dosunmu, Derek White, or Alex Caruso, personally. And all of these players are still very good players, but they don't have that all-star quality that some people say Bronny possesses, which is how I think he'll turn out. He just seems to be a little bit average. Now, the haters are going to say that Bronny James is going to end up being a flop, and I really think they're wrong. I don't think this is the case. I really believe that Bronny has a place in the NBA and can be a great addition to a team. And on the other side, we have these fanboys who are saying that Bronny is going to be an all-star and he is going to be LeBron's prodigy, and I just don't think that is true either. What's most likely going to happen is he is going to be a very solid floor general for a team in the NBA. And it's hard for people to admit that he could just be an average player because everyone wants flashy players in today's game, but Bronny James is a player who can legitimately help an NBA team win a championship in a few years. As much as we love talking about Bronny heading to the NBA to play with his father one day, the truth is we have a really exciting career ahead of him at USC. And honestly, it's going to be super fun to watch this team because they have a great squad. The son of Dennis Rodman, DJ Rodman, announced that he is going to be joining Bronny at USC. DJ is going to be transferring from Washington State, where he played there for 4 years, and so this is going to be his final year that he is going to be playing with Bronny. And as you already probably know, USC has the #1 pick from the 2023 high school class, Isaiah Collier, going to this school as well. And let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below as I respond and talk with you guys about this, and make sure you subscribe for more videos like this. Peace.